March is Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month, and it's time to shine light on MS, a disease that affects an estimated of 900,000 people in the U.S. And today we explore a less talked about and often misdiagnosed related condition of MS called pseudobulbar affect, or PBA, which may cause sudden, frequent, uncontrollable episodes of crying or laughing in patients with MS. So joining us is Dr. Mayor Joshua Hasbani, a renowned neurologist, to share some insights of his own clinical experience with patients who experience this. So thank you so much for joining us. But can you explain how PBA is connected to MS and why it's important for patients to be aware of this, especially this month?
Thank you, Jordan, for having me on the show today. So multiple sclerosis is a chronic disease of the central nervous system. It's an autoimmune disease that causes neurological symptoms such as weakness or numbness. And it also causes a less commonly discussed condition called pseudobulbar affect, or PBA. And this affects about 10 to 46% of patients who have multiple sclerosis, and it manifests as sudden laughing or crying spells. They can be involuntary, frequent, disruptive, and they can be exaggerated and often don't match how the patient actually feels on the inside. And because of this, it can often be confused with mood conditions such as depression.
Yeah, so what is the difference then in terms of like an emotional disorder like depression?
So while they have similar symptoms, which include crying, it really is a reflective of how the patient feels on the inside. In depression, the patients feel sad, and the episodes of crying often are congruent with the time frame for how they're feeling sad, and it's mostly controllable. Whereas in PBA, the patients experience sudden episodes of crying or laughing that they can't control and are often disruptive for the patient.
Yeah, that does not sound good at all. So other than that, what other challenges do they face and how can they be addressed?
So the challenges these patients face is that because these episodes can occur without warning, it's very difficult for them to go out in public sometimes or even participate in their job when they're interacting with other people. And as a result, it's important for us to recognize that there's an FDA-approved option called Nuedexta, which is a combination of dextromethorphan and quinidine sulfate that's been clinically proven to reduce the episodes of PBA. There are some side effects, which include diarrhea and dizziness, and these are not all the risks that are known from Nuedexta. For instance, if you're taking any medications that contain quinidine, quinine, or mefloquine, or monoamine oxidase inhibitors, or if you've ever had an allergic reaction to these medications, it's suggested that you don't take Nuedexta. And if you have a personal or family history of heart disease or myasthenia gravis, or you're taking medications or supplements, it's important that you speak to your physician to determine if Nuedexta is right for you.
Okay, and so how can we get more information on PBA and Nuedexta?
So the full information about PBA and Nuedexta, including important safety information, the prescribing information, can be found on treatingpba.com.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us today. This is something that I had not heard of, so I'm sure there are people out there who are going to benefit from this segment, and we really appreciate that. So thank you so much.
Thank you, and have a great day.
You too. And everyone at home, if you'd like to see this interview again, you know you can head to First Coast News Plus on Apple TV, Roku, or Fire TV.